few years now. He's a funny guy. He comes out of Hartford, Maryland. Give it up for Mr. Tom Myers.
Everybody in a good mood tonight? Yeah, you are? Yeah, I am. Had a bit of a strange day to start off with. I was on my way down here and I stopped at a convenience store to purchase a few items, so I'm waiting in line to pay, and the guy in front of me puts down on the counter a dozen donuts, 2 big bags of Doritos, one of those 1-gallon jugs of the cheapo brand of fruit punch, and a nasty, old, stinking, rotting, brown banana. Looks at the clerk and says, "My girlfriend just had an operation. She's only allowed to eat certain things." I look at the guy and I'm like, yeah, right. What, did she have a bong hit transplant? As Irwin said, I am from Hartford County, Maryland. Us locals love to call it Hazard County, not because we have an obsession with the Daisy Dukes or the General Lee, but because right in my backyard is a military testing ground. 50% of the world's mustard gas and 75% of the world's chemical weapons testing takes place right in my backyard. You want proof of that? I didn't pay for this haircut, all right? 25 years old and I already have a receding hairline. I did not ask for this. But a lot of people ask me how I got started in doing comedy. I simply tell them, blame my parents. Blame my parents. My mom is a private school teacher, and my dad is an ex-Vietnam vet, ex-Green Beret, ex-Special Forces National Guard recruiter. Bit of a strict upbringing. Growing up, my dad would give my brother and me military-style haircuts to cover up for the fact that we lived next to a military testing ground. It was very fun growing up. He used the term haircut loosely. It felt more like he was rolling a John Deere over my head. It hurt. And it hurt so much that I would carry on during these haircuts, and afterwards, my mother, the private school teacher, would sit me down and I would have to write out again and again, "I will not make a fuss during my dad's haircuts. I will not make a fuss during my dad's haircuts." It sucked, it really did. Until I got my dad back one day. He gets ready to give me a haircut. I'd done a little bit of research on the Vietnam War just beforehand, and just as he gets ready to start, I yell out, "Charlie in the trees!" My dad was like, "Oh, shit." After that haircut, I will not give my dad Nam flashbacks. I will not give my dad Nam flashbacks. So it's an election year. Everybody excited about the election? Everybody excited about voting so far? Yeah. But yeah, I personally am glad that Mike Huckabee dropped out of the race. I really am. Think about it. How much of a cracker-ass nation would we have been if the majority of the country had voted for a guy named Huckabee? You go up to someone random, "Who'd you vote for?" "Me? I voted for my Huckabee." Why? How come? "I just like saying his name, Huckabee." Watch these guys during Inauguration Day. "Hail to the chief! There is President Huckabee!" There is part of me that wants Hillary Clinton to be in office. There really is. Yeah. Not because I believe in anything she stands for, but because I'm looking forward to when she gets into office. And what's the first thing she's going to do? Try and get back at Bill for all the shit that he pulled while he was in office. That's why I'm going to sign up to be an intern. You got the experience, huh, Hillary? Okay, I'll take you up on that. 3 a.m., baby, where are you? Well, I'm calling you. I don't smoke cigars, though, so would that disqualify me? I don't know. That's not only a joke, that's also a sad commentary about my sex life since, I don't know, ever. So I laugh about it. You know what I mean? You have to. Of course, in my mind, it's better than what we've had the past 7 years. Past 7 years of George W. Bush and his statements like, "My fellow Americans, I'm proud to tell you all that we have these terrorist Al-Qaeda thugs on the run. And now once we catch those fuckers, everything's going to be fine." I'm also pleased to tell you that more jobs are going to be given to people. You know, people are going to be getting these jobs, and now we just have to create them. No, but I haven't always done comedy. Before I started doing comedy, I went to college. I went to a 4-year school. I was able to go because of federal grants and student loans, which come from where? Your tax dollars. So thanks, everybody. When I was in school, I studied history. My favorite piece of history to study was the American Revolution, not because it's the laying of the foundations of democracy or how ordinary men can rise up to fight against the evils of tyranny, but I like the people who were able to grow an incredible amount of pot back then and get away with it. And a lot of advocates want to legalize marijuana, use that too. You ever notice that? They say, we should be able to grow pot and smoke it because that's what our founding fathers did. They grew pot and they smoked it. Our founding fathers, the same people who had to physically fight for the right of this country to exist, smoked pot? I don't think so. How do I know this? Because I have tried pot. Okay? Okay. Just you, me, and anybody else who happens to be passing outside right here are listening in on this. It's our secret. Okay? Thank you. And me and anyone else who has smoked pot can tell you that after you smoke pot, you do not feel like going off and fighting in a revolution. If everyone smoked pot back then, if Paul Revere smoked pot back then, he would have been galloping down the street like, think the British are coming, dudes. Luckily for me, I got enough I can share. That's my time. You guys have been great. I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight supporting live comedy. Thank you very much.
All right, give it up again for Mr. Tom Myers. All right, we figured we wouldn't confuse you too much today, so we were going to